Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Welcome, 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 welcome. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm a very proud contributor right here on Your Black World, and also a FlyNubianQueenTV.com contributor, the network for melanated people like you. And I know that this is also the place for intelligent Black people, the home of intelligent Black people. We're so pleased that you've joined us today. As you come in, a little bit of housekeeping before we get ready to get into comments that Chris Rock made about Barack Obama. You guys are going to, if you haven't already heard about it, it's probably going to blow your mind a little bit because in my humble opinion, I don't pretend like I know everything, but in my humble opinion, what we're going to talk about, it looks like that Chris Rock threw Obama all the way under the bus, put it in reverse, and drove over him about 2, 3, 4 more times, family. He's got tire tracks all over him. Somebody talk Black to me. But anyway, just a little bit of housekeeping. As you come in, please come in giving us the thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. You can text the word boyce, BOYCE, or Queens to 31996 so that you're able to receive phone notifications when we go live from time to time. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's show, supporting Black media. Shout out to you, because I said so, for your gift. Blessings on the home of the hand claps, yes, and gavel raps. Blessed Empress, thank you so much. Y'all, look, this is because we have a gavel on the Vicki show, and so I'm always clapping my hands and gavel raps. Somebody talk Black to me. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Thumbs up with your family. Come on in, giving us the thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. Also, we want you to know that we have a store at shopfnq.com, where you can get all kinds of apparel. And just one more quick thing here before we get ready to get right into the story. I want you to know that we are looking for more Fly Nubian Queens for FlyNubianQueenTV.com. We have well over 100,000 subscribers on our YouTube network and growing, and we have well over 500,000 on our Facebook platform. So, dear sisters, we are looking for more beautiful queens. We're so excited where our network is going and how we are growing. And so, if you would like to reach out to us about that opportunity, you'll learn more details if you reach out to producer at flynubianmedia.com. That's producer at flynubianmedia.com. Thank you so very much. Instagram, I want to say shout out to my Instagram family. Instagram, get ready to come on over to yourblackworldtv.com on YouTube. Come on over to yourblackworldtv.com, because I need to use this device to read the article. You don't want to miss this. Come on over I'm so used to saying flynubianqueentv.com, but Your Black World TV. All right. Thank you so very much. And thank you for your patience while I invited our family on my Instagram page to come on over. By the way, beloved, you can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. You can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. That's always a fun thing, because I'm always posting all kinds of information, important news. Sometimes I do inspirational posts and so forth, and you don't want to miss that. Thank you so very much. On the count of 3, for those of you that haven't, please hit that thumbs up button. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you so very much. Now let's get ready to get into it right now, as you continue to like, as you continue to share. All right. The reason, by the way, we ask that you do that is because it helps to draw other folk into the broadcast. I'm not sure how many more of my comments I'm going to be able to see on the screen, because it looks like my screen here, I'm not able to see too many comments, but I have to maybe go in between my other device. But I'm going to move on. Thank you so very much, beloved. All right. So Chris Rock did an interview not too long ago, and I'm just going to connect some dots. I'm going to go in and then I'm going to go out. Are y'all hearing me today? So Chris Rock, and I'm reading from Yahoo News right now, said something that I can assure you that the Democrats were, I'm sure, not too happy about, and probably wished that he had waited to have that discussion. Somebody told me. But that's just too bad. So I'm reading to you from this Yahoo piece that was just written a couple of days ago. And it says, Chris Rock speaking on racism, Trump, and why Obama's presidency, watch this, why Obama's presidency, quote, was progress for white people. That's what he said. Now let's listen and break down a little bit some of what he said. I think it's important, and we have quite a bit to glean from our brother for making such a statement. We have quite a bit to glean from our brother for making such a statement. Now, I'm going to invite my Fly Nubian family to come on over to join us. If you would, allow me to invite my FlyNubianQueenTV.com family to come on over and join us here as you can continue to give us the thumbs up and as you continue to like and share. Again, I wanted to just emphasize this one part one more time, that we're looking for new Fly Nubian Queens. We're looking for new Fly Nubian Queens. And so we want you to reach out to us at producer@flynubianmedia.com, producer@flynubianmedia.com. I want you to know, Fly Nubian family, the Vicki Show is live on yourblackworldtv.com. Come on over. We're on YouTube at Your Black World. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see you. All right, family. Thank you for allowing me to do that. So back to the article here. Back to the article here. The reason I was mentioning just a second ago that the Democrats were probably not too happy with Chris Rock coming out is because we're so close to the election. We're close to the election, and with him being a black man and all, we know that the Democrats have come under fire for their many attempts to silence black men. Are y'all hearing me today? The Democrats have come under constant attack for trying to silence black men. And for those of you that may have forgotten, one of Joe Biden's senior council staff members, Simone Sanders, the quote unquote self-proclaimed rabid feminist. That's what she said. I didn't throw that out there. She said that about herself. If you'll remember, she came out criticizing Uncle Luke when he wrote an accurate political piece on how difficult it would be for Kamala Harris to become president with her history and her long record of locking up black people. She objected, Simone Sanders, that is, also known as the linebacker for Joe Biden. God today. The linebacker. She has dual roles. And so if you don't know what that's about, ask somebody in the chat. Like I said, unfortunately, I can't see anything in my comments right now for some reason. But anyway, I just trust that somebody will be able to inform you on why I said that about her. But anyway, she not only all but told him that he was stupid and that to delve into politics was beyond his pay grade. I'm paraphrasing. She all but said that. She also took her tweet further and said that she was tired of the unsolicited opinions of Black men. That's what she said. She said she was tired of the unsolicited opinions of Black men. Not only that, Howard Dean, the former white Democratic failed presidential candidate. Y'all remember how scary he was and stuff. When Howard Dean came out, he's also the former governor of Vermont. Yes, Vermont. He was also the chair for the DNC. So this is a high-level politician. He told another influential Black man to shut the F up after that Black man called out Kamala Harris for trying to pander to Black folk by trying to pander to Black folks by, trying to appeal to us culturally, but all in the wrong way. So that's just a couple of examples of the Democrats' history on trying to silence Black men and altogether ignoring them. I did a whole piece on flynubianqueentv.com, so be sure to check it out. All you got to do is put my name in, Vicki Dillard, and the Democratic Party, and you will see my name come up on several shows that I did exposing them. And I was exposing the fact that the reason why they were elevating the Cardi B's of the world and even the Kamala Harris's of the world was in an attempt to really punish Black men. They decided to ignore Black men and act like they weren't important until they started to see Donald Trump's team trying to make inroads with Black men, because Donald Trump, managed to get his percentage points up higher during the last election from Black men. But listen to this. Again, thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Again, my name is Vicki Dillard. You can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. So Chris Rock, what did he say? Chris Rock, it says here, again, I'm reading to you from Yahoo. It says, Chris Rock isn't exactly surprised about what's going on in America right now. It says, in a wide-ranging interview with the New York Times, the Fargo star 55 discussed everything from President Trump to the racial reckoning prompted by the killing of George Floyd. Listen to what he said, family. This is the second great civil rights movement, the comedian declared. I have repeatedly said for a long time now that we are not in ordinary times. And for some of you, it might be difficult for you to grasp or to believe the seriousness of the times. The reason being is because we have lionized the 60s. We have been lied to about Black progress. God, today. So much so that you don't realize the condition that Black folk are in today. So because our oppression is well dressed, I hope y'all can hear me right now. Because somebody made you believe that you've got it real good right now, and you ought to be happy and thankful and more tolerant of your oppression and satisfied with crumbs. Now, you built the country. Everybody else is eating filet mignon and stuff, but they want you to enjoy some crumbs and go sit down somewhere. Are y'all hearing me today? So it's hard for you to really put your mind around just how serious, dangerous, and deadly the times that we're in right now. So I can appreciate him making that statement. He continues. America, he explained to the Times, Part of the reason we're in the predicament we're in is the president's a landlord, talking about Trump. Chris Rock says this is a part of the reason why we're dealing with what we're dealing with. He said it's because the president's a landlord. He says no one has less compassion for humans than a landlord. And we're shocked he's not engaged. It says Rock likened the president to a child, but equally blasted Democrats. Y'all better listen. Wonder if the Democrats, wonder if Simone Sanders, wonder if Kamala, one of them gonna come out and tell this black man to shut up. Or as Howard Dean told a black man to shut the F up. Wonder if he gonna do that. Listen to this. I'm gonna skip down his because this next paragraph is kind of involved and not really where I'm trying to go. But listen. He said, Rock added, put it this way, Republicans tell outright lies. Democrats leave out key pieces of the truth that would lead to a more nuanced argument. In a sense, it's all fake news. He goes on and says, the article goes on, rather, and says, as the Black Lives Matter movement sweeping the country, Rock noted there's a key difference between what's happening now versus the civil rights movement in the late 50s and early 60s. He says, Dr. King and those guys were amazing, but they knew nothing about money. They didn't ask for anything. At the end of the day, the things we got, it was just, hey, can you guys just be humane? Y'all listen to this. All we got was like humanity. God, today. And I would beg to differ with Chris right there, because we can't really accuse them of acting humane. But we're gonna leave that as that. We understand this point. Listen. He said all we got was like humanity. If they had it to do all over again, in hindsight, there would be some attention paid to the financial disparity of all the years of, let's not even count slavery. Let's just count Jim Crow, Rock explained. Now, let me stop right there and say this. The reason why Chris Rock is saying that in the 50s and 60s, all we got was humanity, for a lot of folk like and I don't, we don't mean this to be disrespectful to those who were part of the nonviolent movement. Let me just say that. But John Lewis, for the past, I don't know how many decades, he would make speeches and go around the country talking about him getting beat up at the Pettis, on the Pettis Bridge, right? And we know that's a tragedy, that's terrible. And that's unacceptable. But if you got to go back 50 years to talk about when you was powerful, it's a gap. And y'all know I would never disrespect the dead. So let's be clear. I'm talking about the sentiment, and I'm talking about the political strategy that's keeping our people in bondage and disenfranchised. What are the gains for the 50 years? We can't go back to the Pettis Bridge, because what happened was the white supremacists brought John Lewis into their wicked system. They congratulated him and told him how powerful and what a revolutionary he was. And he stopped fighting substantively for us. He stopped fighting substantively for us. I'm not talking about for everybody else. I'm not talking about all these other miscellaneous different groups and stuff that he was pushing and stuff. That's a trick of your open enemy when they can bring you into the system. Because do you all know Karen Bass was a former Black Panther? Do you all know that there are several of your Black congressional, Black caucus members, Black congresspersons that had the nerve to actually be connected to the Black Panther Party? But these are the same people telling us that we need to vote for Joe Biden without demanding reparations. Somebody talk Black to me, as sweet and as kind and as intelligent that Karen Bass is on some things. She's a very affable woman, very nice woman, all that stuff. But she's telling us to vote for Joe Biden and stuff. These folks was Black Panther parties. There's something wrong with that. And I'm saying that's a trick of our open enemy when they bring in our Black bootlicks into the system. And when they bring them into the system, they congratulate them. They give them a title and they give them a little bit of taste of power. And by doing that, by bringing them into the system, number one, they're not out there on the front line being of the face of resistance, even though John Lewis's strategy was not very effective. He was still known for fighting against white supremacy. So number one, when you're bringing in former Black Panther Party members, former SNCC, former CORE people, and that kind of thing, and they are starting to tout the wonders of the system while we don't have reparations, and while they're still not punishing these race soldiers and these white racist terrorists that's murdering Black people. That's a trick. Another trick by bringing them into the system is it helps to neutralize Black resistance. It forces you to rely on the very system that's oppressing you. And they have spokespersons. They have the former faces that were the resistance of white supremacy. They're now the ones telling you how to rely on the system, vote for the system, trust in the system, be patient with the system, fight for the immigrants and stuff, fight for the LGBTQ people, fight for white women and stuff, and the feminism and stuff. They're telling you to fight for everything but you. That was a trick. Somebody talk Black to me. But the other thing that I want to say here about what Chris Rock said, and let me read you again the last part, is when he said with Dr. King, he said Dr. King and those guys were amazing, but they knew nothing about money. He says they didn't ask for anything. Well, Chris Rock is wrong about that. Now, I can see why he would say that, because Dr. King is painted by mainstream white America, and Black folk have started to take the talking points and have taken on the sanitized and whitewashed version of a Black man that they once considered to be one of the most threatening and one of the greatest threats to America. They called Dr. King every name in the book. And yes, for a time, Dr. King methods seemed weak and were not very effective for Black folk in terms of it being a strong blow against white supremacy. But the problem with letting white folk tell the story of Dr. King, and the problem with us talking about all the nonviolence of Dr. King and talking about his speech of, we shall overcome and stuff. The problem with that is it's our fault too. Why do I say it's our fault too? I say it's our fault too because for the last few years of Dr. King made it very clear, even on the March on Washington, he said we were coming to do what? I wish I could see y'all's comments right there. Let's see if I can. What did Dr. King say, Black family? Where my intelligent Black people at? Does anybody know what Dr. King said? Dr. King said, all right, okay, I'm looking at my, yes. Come on, somebody talk Black to me. Dr. King, Chris Rock, he did say we was coming to get our check. The last couple of years of Dr. King's life, Dr. King met with who America considered to truly be one of the most dangerous Black men on the globe, and his sons that he made. Like Malcolm X, who's the father, the spiritual father of Malcolm X? Who's the spiritual father of Muhammad Ali, Minister Louis Farrakhan, and so many other great world shakers? Who is this man that knew how to make men? Dr. King met with him. The problem, Chris, is that those stories aren't told. We've whitewashed the last few years of his life to appease white America, and we've permitted them to do that. Dr. King is one of the ones, he was the face of the bus boycott. He understood the extraordinary power, the economic power of Black folk. So it's really not true to say that. What is true to say is they choose to emphasize that about our brother. And because Black folk, now this is what I want to call out you Black bootlicks on. All of you that are standing for Joe Biden right now, that claim to be Black media, and you're really the dead Black media. All of the, and y'all, I want y'all to really pay attention to this because this is powerful. Thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. At the bottom of your screen, family, you can hit the share button for the show, copy the link, and then you can copy the link out on your social media platforms, on your text messages, emails, or whatever, to let everybody know that Vicki Dillard is on Your Black World TV today. Watch this. All of the black bootlicks and all the black folks that's acting outraged that Donald Trump and his top cop, his attorney general, is being openly racist. Is that right? They're tripping. By the way, family, I'm drinking my mug from the store. You can tell it's well worn because I use it almost every day of the week. But anyway, you can get your mugs, t-shirts, and other apparel at shopfnq.com. That's shopfnq.com. And throughout the show, you will see important links in the chat. So please pay close attention to those and copy those as necessary. Listen, all of these black folk are tripping, including Kamala and all these other folks. They're tripping about how openly racist Donald Trump, the devil is a lie. The only thing Trump know about is a doctor is getting doctors alive for him, talking about he's got bone spurs and talking about he's the healthiest thing that any of us have ever seen, and them covering up why he had to have that emergency a hospital visit the other day and stuff that don't nobody know really what was going on and stuff, and how the reports were showing that Mike Pence was given the heads up that he may have to take on the presidential duties. Did you all remember hearing about that the other day? But anyway, I digress. What trips me out is folks are tripping that AG Barr and Trump is coming out attacking slavery. They're mad because they are minimizing the rape, the sodomy, the death, the terror, the persecution, the murder and the destruction of the black man and the black woman. They're tripping because they have made light of what many consider to be the worst human rights violation that has ever happened to any people for longer than anybody else. I'm going to keep telling y'all to do this. Somebody put in the chat, hashtag 465, please. Somebody please put in the chat, hashtag 465. I don't care who the group of people are. Nobody has gone through the level of hell that we've gone through for as long as we've gone through it. I'm going to need somebody black to talk black to me. I said nobody. And what separates us from everybody else is that nobody else has been dealing with 500 years of unmitigated and unabated hell like we have. And we have still yet to be repaired, receive reparations, and you have not ceased nor desisted your oppression of us. Somebody talk black to me. I said nobody. We don't disrespect the white Jewish Holocaust for the group of people that experienced it. We don't disrespect what some of the lighter skinned Native Americans went through, even though you all do know that even in what's known as America, you do know that the Aboriginal people were black-skinned people. And when they started to intermarry, they became lighter and lighter. And even white folks slept with them. And that's what Dr. Claude Anderson calls, that's a literal title they call $5 Indians, which are really no less white Indians. And they ended up trying to find sneaky ways so that they could benefit from the treaties. And they became lighter and lighter and lighter. But I'm just throwing that out there. No matter what group of people that you think about, nobody is diminishing what you went through. But baby, it pales in comparison in terms of the type of unmitigated hell we've gone through, still going through. And it's been 500 years and there has been no repair. Don't you let nobody act like we're in a class with anybody else. Why am I talking about that right now? I'm going to get back to Chris Rock in a minute. Why am I taking a quick moment to call out The fact that so many of your dead black media, your useless, shucking and jiving dead black media members keep acting so outraged that AG Barr and Donald Trump are attacking slavery and trying to make light of it. You know why I have a problem with them making light of it? Because if slavery was so bad, bootlicks, boule, bones and biscuits, somebody put some bones in the chat for me. If you guys can act like it was really that bad in word, why don't you demand that America do something about it by giving us reparations? Have you noticed that the biggest ones that's complaining about how terrible it is and how Trump and Barr and all of the rest of the white supremacists are attacking slavery? But those same bones and biscuits are not demanding reparations. If you're not going to demand that something be done about it, shut up. That should separate us from who's really for black folk for real. Which one of us is telling them to cut the check? Which one of us is trying to hold these white supremacists accountable and demanding the death penalty and strong punishment? I want you all to start acting all of these Negroes as outraged by Donald Trump's administration's attempt to diminish slavery, taking away from the seriousness of it, making light of it, and acting like that white folk not being able to wear masks, not wearing masks, and mad that they can't, mad because of social distancing and stuff. Trying to compare it to slavery. Tell them, well, if it's so serious, are you on board with reparations? Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. For those of you that are just coming in to the show today, shout out to my beautiful Your Black World family, the home for intelligent black people, and also my Fly Nubian Queen TV family. For the last couple of days, I've been going live here on this network. If you're watching us on one of our YouTube channels, please like, please share, and give us a thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. And if you're watching us on one of our other affiliate channels where our show is often replayed, we would like for you to like, share, and follow. By the way, I just want to give a quick disclaimer that the thoughts and opinions that are expressed by me may not necessarily be those of the networks or our affiliates, but they are my own. Thank you so very much. Now let's get on back into this Chris Rock stuff. I just thought I would put that out there because, see, none of you get to talk about how serious slavery is if you're not demanding anything be done about it. If you are not aggressively demanding reparations, then we can't take you serious. Is that right, family? We can't take you serious. Now watch this. Watch this. Here we go. Watch this. Watch this. Back to Chris Rock's comments. And we understand where he's going, where he's going with that particular statement. But I just wanted to make it clear that's the problem when we allow white folks to whitewash our heroes. Y'all hated Dr. King. You hated Dr. King so much. What did they do to him, family? America's racist trickster that she is. She's got a hell of a nerve to sit there and try to act like y'all follow the example of Dr. King. He's such a powerful example. We killed him. Is that American history or what, family? You couldn't stand Malcolm X. You had something to do with his murder. We all know that now as well. You killed him too, America. Now you done made stamps and stuff for Malcolm X. Y'all play too much. No, listen. Get on back to the story, Vicki. Listen. Because I'm determined to get done in a reasonable time today. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Again, my name is Vicki Dillard. You can follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki, my last name first. Follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki. And then you can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Vicki X Dillard. Thank you so very much. But I don't want you to forget that we are looking for new Fly Nubian Queens on our FlyNubianQueenTV.com channel. If you think you have what it takes, we cannot wait to connect with you. Connect with us at producer@FlyNubianMedia.com. That's producer@FlyNubianMedia.com. Thank you so very much. I always like to promote that because you know what? That's how I became a queen. Fly Nubian put out a general email that was sent out saying they were looking for new queens, and I did the application and followed the process, and voila, here I am. So you just never know. You just never know. Okay, now it looks like it's delaying coming up. Let's try this again. Let's see if we can. So Chris Rock, again, we're talking about Chris Rock calling out Obama. We're talking about Chris Rock calling out Obama. Okay, now it's finally came back up. Watch this. So let's listen to the rest of this article. Watch this, watch this. He goes on to say several important things, but I won't read all of it. He says, you're talking about a system that really didn't end until about 1973. He says, and I'm born in 65 in South Carolina. I'm probably in a segregated wing of a hospital. There's no way in the world I was next to a white baby. Even if the hospital wasn't segregated, I was in a whole other room, and that room didn't have the good milk and the good sheets. Whoa. Chris Rock goes on to say, my parents couldn't own property in certain neighborhoods when I was born. There was an economic disparity there, and that was not addressed in the original civil rights movement. It was a huge oversight. So there's no money and there's no land. If you don't have either one of those, you don't really have much. Can anybody translate for me what Chris Rock is demanding this black man? This is part of the reason why the Democrats are having such a hard time reaching out and talking to black men, because it sounds to me that Chris Rock is saying tangibles. God, today. It sounds to me that Chris Rock is saying, he said earlier, all y'all gave Dr. King and then was some humanity. And I beg to differ with Chris Rock on that, because there ain't nothing about what they're doing today that's human. It smells more like about outside. Chris Rock said, all you gave Dr. King and them. He said, basically, he was saying that's all Dr. King and them was demanding. But he said, all they got was some humanity. I think y'all might have missed the last part that I just read. He said, so there's no money and there's no land. If you don't have either one of those, you don't really have much. Democrats, are you listening to Chris Rock then? Since you don't want to listen to black media. Since you don't want to listen to a Vicki Dillard or one of the other grassroots influencers. Y'all think we playing. Black folk are getting on code. I don't know if Chris Rock is watching black media or what have you like that. I just know that everybody wasn't being this explicit before. And I'm loving it because we are getting on code. Now, before everybody go to talk about, well, what about when Chris said this and did that? Family, look, you got to pay attention to what matters when it matters. Let's not minor on majors and major on minors. If somebody is speaking, and we ain't making him no hero. We're not saying that Chris Rock is no messiah. We're just saying that he's using his elevated position to call them out. And specifically, the Democrats specifically saying, if we don't have land, if you don't have money, what do you have? He said, you just gave us some humanity. God, did they? Somebody talk black to me. Keep liking and sharing, family. Keep liking and sharing. Keep liking and sharing. Thank you so much for joining us today on Your Black World TV. If you're watching us, we thank you so much. I'm typically on FlyNubianQueenTV.com weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. The last couple of days I've been going live here on Your Black World, and we are so very excited. Stay tuned for any changes. Listen, he says Rock also talked about racism and police brutality throughout his career, certainly before 2020. Watch this. He says racism is real. It's not going away. I said this before. Y'all watch this. Y'all watch this. He says racism is real. It's not going away. I said this before, but Obama becoming the president, it's progress for white people. It's not progress for Black people. He continues. It's the Jackie Robinson thing. It's written like he broke a barrier, as if there weren't Black people that could play before him. God, today, are y'all listening? And that's how white people have learned about racism, he shared. They think when these people work hard enough, they'll be like Jackie. Isn't that a profound and an exact way to describe our predicament? And the real narrative should be that these people, the Black people, are being abused by a group of people that are mentally handicapped. And we're trying to get them past their mental handicaps to see that all people are equal. Did y'all hear that? I wish I could see the comments right here on my screen. I'm going to have to try to use my device in a minute, but I'm reading you from this article for now. Listen. He said with the Jackie Robinson, when they integrated the baseball teams by bringing in Jackie Robinson, like he said they think, he said, it's the Jackie Robinson thing. It's written like he broke a barrier, as if there weren't Black people that could play before him. White people, y'all don't, when y'all was out there, y'all try to talk about them one or two white folk that could hit a baseball. That compels and comparing with so many overwhelming number of Black folks that could play. Y'all rejoice and dominate the one or two. That's still subpar when you just compare him to really the incomparable Black men on the field. Y'all jump for joy for average. God, today, I call you the unremarkables. I say it again. I call you the unremarkables. When you do something average or normal, something that a whole lot of other Black men did. You see how white America, they blow up their own, they make them into memorials and statues. The reason why they didn't ever want to play with them in the first place is because they knew they was going to be dominated. They were trying to avoid the humiliation. Somebody say it's called the humiliation. It's what they fear. Somebody please put it in the chat, even though I can't see it right now. It was them trying to avoid the humiliation. Y'all play too much. It wasn't just because they don't want that Negro, they didn't want to touch that Black man. It's because they didn't want to be, they wanted to avoid the humiliation. The humiliation is when you undergo defeat by a Black man. And even though the defeat by the Black man may have happened on a Monday, it never goes away 3,000 Mondays down the road. The humiliation is a stain that white America can never wash away. Getting beaten in a public way. Because we do it, period, because you didn't build America. You weren't good enough to do this experiment. That's why you stole the people, stole our labor, stole our intelligence, stole everything, because you were unable to do it, you see. But back to his point with Jackie Robinson. He said it's the Jackie Robinson thing. It's written like he broke a barrier. Y'all listen. As if there weren't Black people that could play before him. And that's how white people have learned about racism. They think, now think about what he just said here, and it's so true. This is how white folk think. Chris Rock said, this is how they think. He said they think when these people work hard enough, they'll be like a Jackie. The white people that's saying if they work hard enough are the ones that didn't work, that stole our work. White people only say we're lazy when we stop wanting to do slavery. The lie and the label of them calling black folk lazy, that came into existence once they couldn't get our labor for free. White folks, you're the welfare kings and queens. You're the ones that didn't lift a finger to get anything that you got. You got it through lies, bloodshed, destruction, fraud. And then got the nerve to say, if we can just be like Jackie Robinson. If we could just work harder, we don't have to do nothing else. If we never did another thing again. We was only called lazy when we stopped working for y'all for free. That's the only time lazy came in the picture. It got out there lazy when you couldn't rape and rob and stuff no more and steal. The moment you couldn't, again, the same way with coronavirus. Y'all are so upset. Like I mentioned yesterday, Attorney General Barr is saying, comparing what white folks are going through with coronavirus, he calls slavery a restraint, a type of restraint. White folks is tripping about coronavirus, them having to wear masks and socially distance, because the restraint they're mad about is because you want to just be able to infect and kill as whenever you get the whim to do it. You don't want no restraints on that. Somebody talk black to me, but I digress. Listen. Didn't he break that down? I won't go any further. And again, I don't agree with everything that Chris Rock has ever said, but I'm highlighting this point that I think is very important, especially with this upcoming election, and especially in line with what we've been demanding, and that's tangibles. He said it himself. If you don't have land, if you don't have money, what do you have? What can you do with this humanity? And white folks y'all can't really say you did that. I mean, being freely recorded, watching the life force and breath leave our brother George Floyd, and you don't flinch. That's not the behavior of, like, humans don't act like that. I mean, I don't know, what do you call it, white people? When you can put your hands in your pockets and kill somebody when the camera is recording you and you know it. What do you call it when you shoot our brother Rashard? And after you shoot him, you didn't say oops, and you didn't say sorry. You didn't say, oh my God, I didn't mean to do that. You didn't say, oh, I was just trying to scare him. You go over his dead corpse and you say, you effing N-word. And the sister to the McDaniels boy that murdered our brother posts his dead picture on Snapchat. What manner of man died today? What manner of woman? I'm not saying it. I'm asking you, what would you call it, white people? What kind of behavior is that consistent with? Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Thumbs up, keep liking and sharing. Watch this. Now let me get on with it. Looks, I'm looking at my thing. Whoever just gave that gift, Lauren Jobs, I bless your very generous gift 1,000-fold. She says, Vicki, going hard in the paint. Thank you, beloved. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. I'm sorry, I'm just now seeing it because I can't see anything on my screen. Now I got to go click off of this and go back to my next thing that I want to bring to your attention. Now, let me break this down real quick. As you keep giving us the thumbs up, liking and sharing. Watch this. Watch this. Why would Chris Rock say, what evidence? What's one example? Let's put it like that. I wish I could see your comments. What's one example? What's one example do you think that might have been in Chris Rock's mind when he said that Obama's presidency was progress for white people? What goes through your mind? We won't give the whole long list that he did fulfilled for white folk over an 8-year period of time. Let's just think of one. What about this, family? Y'all remember this? The article from Newsweek. I'm reading this from ABC. ABC covered this in 2012 and said, Newsweek's cover, Obama, first gay president. Even Bill Clinton made members of the LGBTQ community mad when he settled on Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Obama did for them what no other president did. And do you all know what was one of the major impetus for Obama to do such a radical piece of legislation for a group that has not suffered like we've suffered? How did they get to butt in line? I'm not saying that no other people have gone through nothing, but I'm just saying your stuff is not as severe and you've not been staying in line as long as we have. It's been 500 years for us. I'm not saying that your little paper cut, I'm not saying that your little missing nail is not a little bit of pain. I'm just saying that compared to strokes and heart attacks and amputations, you're going to have to go over there and get you some Skittles in this ER room and some Sprite. Or some Evian water out that machine and go sit down till them people can get to you. Probably sometime tomorrow. Do you all know? Do you all know who was what was the major impetus? What person really pushed Obama on the LGBT stuff? The fella is actually running for president right now. Hint, hint. Y'all play too much. Who is it, family? Joe Biden. Do y'all remember what happened? Before Obama even officially came out to talk about one of the things he was going to do. Again, one of the things he was going to do for them. What did Joe Biden end up doing? Remember, Joe Biden allegedly slipped up and let the cat out the bag? Even before Obama made it official. Jim Crow Joe, yes, forgive me. I didn't properly give him the right appellation. Jim Crow Joe. What does that tell you when Jim Crow Joe would be a proponent of getting rights for LGBTQ folk? And nobody is disrespecting none of y'all. Again, I'm saying that who's been in line the longest? We're trying to say, how is it when folks said that one of the most improbable things that would happen in this country in modern history would be LGBTQ rights like that? How is it that y'all got to butt in line? I've talked about this many times before. One of the greatest persecutors of Black folks was a member of the LGBTQ community, J. Edgar Hoover. We're able to prove the trauma, the murder, and the destruction that J. Edgar Hoover's caused. Let me ask you something, Democrats. Let me ask you something, America. Let me ask you something, Republicans. Even if you didn't want to give us reparations for slavery, which you better, you're going to, because God's going to do it by force if you don't comply. God, today. Because it's written. It's written that God permitted Pharaoh's heart to be hardened as God kept upping the ante on more and more plagues. But God was going to make an open show of the most powerful nation at the time, as resistant as they were to the demands of Moses for God's people. You can keep doing that if you want to. Somebody talk black to me. Watch this. It's always a choice. You can do stuff voluntarily. So it's a choice. Or involuntarily. And the God is not limited by his weapons. He doesn't have to just resort to your type of weapons, America. Weapons of mass destruction, nuclear weapons, and other such things, baby. He's got weather. Just one means. Listen. But Joe Biden is one of the main ones who pushed Obama. And of course, we know that Obama was there on the mandate because Geffen, who I did a whole thing on him on Fly New Queen, you don't want to miss that. David Geffen. David Geffen is said to have been, is believed to have been credibly accused of being a part of the destruction of Michael Jackson. He's a member of the LGBTQ community. According to a book called Michael and Me, the young lady who was good friends, who wrote a book on Michael and Me, she said that Michael told her a story about the fact that David Geffen, who used to be one of Michael Jackson's best friends, tried to make a pass at Michael Jackson at one of them little pool parties where they had them little boys and stuff out there. That's according to the writer of the book. And she said that Michael Jackson told her that was the beginning of the rift between Michael Jackson and David Geffen. When Michael Jackson rebuffed David Geffen's trying to holler at him, his sexual advances, David Geffen secretly became an enemy against Michael Jackson. That's a whole other story if you want the details on that, baby. And I don't play about that. And where I got my receipts, I give credit to where credit is due. You don't want to miss that. I've done actually a couple of shows. I did one last year, but I recently did another one in light of Kanye West coming out saying how white media destroyed Michael Jackson, how white media destroyed Bill Cosby, and how white media destroyed R. Kelly. And it's true in every case. In every single case, if something shady or suspicious going on, and white media had everything to do with trying to disrespect and paint our men easy and out of it and some old stuff. Somebody talk black to me. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. I hope you can see me okay, beloved. My name is Vicki Dillard. I'm a proud contributor right here on Your Black World TV, the home for intelligent black people, as well as FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated women like you. On the count of 3, for those of you that haven't, I do ask that you come in giving us the thumbs up. Be sure to like and share. That's important because we want to invite other black folk into the broadcast. And you know, when you do that, you elevate and you strengthen and you unify the black voice. And how many of you all know that we're being assaulted in this war on words against us? And we need your help today. We need your help today. Now, I just said something that's real interesting right now. In the middle of me giving you that news and telling you how God will cause stuff to shift in your world, Democrats. I have not been able to verify this before. I just got notification live. I just got notification live. Y'all want to see what just broke just now? And I have my problems with TMZ because they'll do some gossip stuff, but they just reported that Ruth Bader Ginsburg is dead at 87 years of age. I'm breaking the news right now. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, it says the 4th oldest person to ever sit on the Supreme Court and the cornerstone of the liberal wing, has died, TMZ has learned. It says Ruth died Friday, that's today, from complications from cancer, according to multiple reports. I want to be clear, I have not yet been able to verify that at the moment. I just literally got notification of this. And so we're going to look into it if that is true. If that isn't a sign, if that isn't a wonder, because the Democrats are tripping because they've been scared that the Republicans were going to try to hurry and rush and put a new Supreme Court justice on the bench. So let's see if we can get that verified here more in just a minute. But I just wanted to highlight and say shout out to our brother, Chris Rock, for calling them out. I want to say that it's so true. There's so much more evidence that I could give you right now that would prove my point, because Obama disrespected black folk over and over and over again. Obama did not help to prosecute or push forcefully any white supremacists that murdered our people, especially when the riots and stuff was going on related to Ferguson. Remember, it was Obama's administration that called them thugs, and they doubled down and called them thugs. Don't forget that during the Great Recession, Obama did not prosecute any of the Wall Street thugs. He called black folk thugs that was out there protesting white supremacist injustice. Obama went out there and dogged black folks and called them thugs, but he didn't have that same kind of energy to call the white supremacists who bankrupted the American economy and the global economy. Obama, he was a little boy before them. He wasn't talking all that noise. He didn't have all that kind of energy to call the Wall Street thugs what they were. And during the Great Recession, there was no people that lost more wealth in terms of proportionally to our numbers than black folk. You guys know that we lost trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars during the Great Recession. Did you all know that? Thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. Did you all know that? Did you all know that? Somebody talk black to me. I just wanted to throw out those few points there. I'm keeping to my word to keep the show a little shorter today. But I thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you again, Your Black World. You as well, FlyNubianQueenTV.com, where I am honored to be a contributor. Make sure, I just want you to know one more time that we're looking for more Fly Nubian Queens. We have an amazing network and reach. You can join us. If you're interested, reach out to us at producer@FlyNubianMedia.com. I'm sure our moderators are putting the link in the chat. That's producer@FlyNubianMedia.com. Make sure that you slam that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and hit to receive all notifications. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. I'm typically on FlyNubianQueenTV.com weekdays, 6:30 p.m. live, even though sometimes many of you say you see me in other places because our show is played on other platforms. So that's why you see me in other places. But I'm live weekdays typically on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, and you very likely will be seeing me frequently come live on Your Black World as well. Love you to pieces. It's my privilege, my honor, my bliss to come before you. Mwah. I came to you in peace. I leave you in peace.